about the facade design pattern, practical implementation using Java, using some real-time use case. If you haven't watched the previous video regarding facade design pattern, theoretical information, theoretical principles and real life examples and real-time examples, please go and watch that video before watching this video for better understanding purposes. The video link for the previous video would be present in the description box of this video. Excuse me. You can click on this link for watching the previous video also. So that video would give the better understanding regarding the facade design pattern, theoretical information, principles, real life examples, real time examples, and etc. 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 If you want to buy software design patterns book, the product link of the book would be present in the description box of this video. You can click on that for buying the book on online. So let's dive into the topic facade design patterns. So this is a diagram to explain the facade design pattern. Using this diagram, we have implemented Java classes for explaining that. So we will consider first, we will consider example. So there are three types of customer. So blue customer, green customer, and then red customer. So this blue customer is visiting an hotel and is trying to get the veg food details. And then this green customer is trying to visit the hotel and trying to get the non-veg food details. And then this red customer is trying to visit the hotel and trying to get the both veg and non-veg details. So these requests would be served by an food server, which means hotel server. So this hotel server would take the request from the end customers, and you will try to serve the corresponding response. For example, if suppose the customer is asking veg food details, you will try to contact the veg food chef to get the food details regarding the vegetarian. If a customer is asking the non-veg food details, you will try to contact the non-veg food chef and get the non-veg food details, and he will try to reply to this green customer. If the customer is asking both the veg and non-veg food details, then the hotel server would go to veg food chef first and they will get the details, and then go to the non-veg food chef and get the details, and he will try to reply the red customer with the following information. And we are trying to implement the similar use case using Java program. Here there is a menu which is an interface, and then there is an abstract method called void show menu. Using this interface, we have implemented two concrete classes called veg menu, non-veg menu. Here it implements show menu. So for example, this is a menu interface which has an abstract method called void show menu, and then we have implemented two classes called veg menu, non-veg menu. So this implements veg menu, which implements menu interface, and then it overrides the show menu abstract method. So in veg menu, on the day, these are the following foods that are available on the day: idli, dosa, vada, which was reported by the by Veg Food Chef. In non-veg menu, on the day, these are the following food categories available on that day that were reported by the non-veg food chef. So chicken biryani and tandoori. If suppose a customer is coming, which is a blue customer, and blue customer is contacting the hotel server. Here the hotel server staff is the facade design pattern implementer class. So using facade design pattern principles, this hotel service staff has been implemented. So here the first principle behind the facade design pattern is a single class to represent all the methods. So there is a single class which is representing all the methods: show veg menu, show non-veg menu, and then show veg or non-veg menu. And then second principle is hide the implementation details. Hide the implementation details to the end customer. So here this hotel service staff is hiding the implementation details, abstracting the implementation details. So the end customer need not worry about the actual implementation regarding the veg menu, non-veg menu, and etc. You can just call these methods: show veg menu, show non-veg menu, show veg or non-veg menu, without knowing the implementation details. So that's the power of this facade design pattern. So here the facade design pattern class hotel service staff. Here this hotel service staff is used to trying to create two objects, one for veg menu and another one for non-veg menu using constructor. And then if suppose these are the three methods that are visible to the end customers. So show veg menu, show non-veg menu, show veg or non-veg menu. So if a customer is calling show veg menu, this hotel service staff will handle that using veg menu object. If a customer is asking to show the show non-veg menu details, then this hotel service staff will try to use the non-veg menu object and it will try to show the following details. If a customer is asking both the veg and non-veg menu, then he will that hotel service staff will try to use both the objects, which is veg menu object and non-veg menu object, and he will try to reply with the following information. So this is the facade design pattern principles which are implemented practically. So this is main class. This is the first customer, which is a blue customer, is trying to get the veg menu details. So using the hotel service staff object, this is the only one class which will serve all the requests for the customers. If the customer is asking, the customer directly call show veg menu. So the inner implementation details are abstracted to the customer. You can just call this method to know the details. Similarly, if suppose a customer asking non-veg menu, if a customer is interested in non-veg menu, you can directly call this method show non-veg menu. If a customer is interested in both veg and non-menu, you can directly call this method show veg or non-veg menu. So here the inner implementation details are abstracted and you can just call the required methods which are present in the hotel service staff without knowing the inner implementation details. So this is the practical implementation of facade design pattern. If we execute this program, you could see the following output. The first customer is trying to get the veg menu details, then these are the following veg menu details, idli dosa vada. And the second customer is trying to get the non-veg menu details, these are the following non-veg menu details, chicken biryani and tandoori. The third customer is asking about the veg and non-veg menu. So idli dosa vada are the veg menu details and chicken biryani and tandoori are the non-veg details. So here the complete implementation is abstracted to the end customer. So this is called the facade design pattern. So if you have any other queries, please try to comment those queries in the comment section so that I could answer those queries in a better manner. If you want to buy a software design patterns book, you could check the description box of this video. You can buy that book online. The best book name and the best book product link would be present in the description box of this video. So please try to use those things also. Thanks for watching this.